everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jill, otherwise known as the Enlightened Target, and this channel is devoted to narcissistic abuse awareness and recovery, parental alienation, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and anything and everything associated with those three main topics. Today we're going to talk about strategies that everyone can use to help them heal from a toxic and abusive relationship with a narcissist. All narcissists utilize the same abuse tactics for the most part. Therefore, healing from a relationship with one will have some universal truths that all victims will be able to identify with. So today I'm going to give you my top 10 strategies to get over a relationship with a narcissist. Number 1, establish no contact or low detached contact if you share children with the narcissist, and block them from all social media. You cannot heal from trauma when you are continually being exposed to it. Healing will evade a victim unless or until they have established no contact or low detached contact. This is the first step to healing, and in my opinion, it's mandatory. Number 2, do not blame and ridicule yourself for not knowing and understanding that this person was a narcissist in the beginning. Hindsight is always 20/20, and narcissists are so good at fooling people. They can get past the radar of even the most educated mental health care professionals. Victim blaming is the very last thing that you need to do if you're wanting to heal from this. None of us knew. This is one of the reasons I'm such a huge advocate for mandatory public school cluster B disorder education as part of the curriculum in high school and college. Society has to be educated that these people exist and are part of the fabric of our communities. We interact with narcissists and sociopaths every single day, whether we're aware of it or not. But regardless, you have to let go of the self-blame and shame for not knowing that you were being preyed upon and exploited. If you want to heal, leave the blame and shame with the person who earned it, the narcissist. Number 3, understand and realize that you are in a trauma-bonded relationship and that your mind is going to play tricks on you. Trauma bonds are addictions for all intents and purposes. And an addicted brain will usually tell you all kinds of lies in order to get the drug that it needs in order to feel relief. So your mind might tell you that he or she really does love you, or that you aren't strong enough to leave, or that you really do love this person, or that things weren't as bad as you originally thought. These things are not true, and you must be aware that this is going to happen. During these times, remind yourself that this is the trauma bond talking, that the things that it's telling you about needing the narcissist is not true. Number 4, exclude and eliminate all flying monkeys and other associates of the narcissist from your life. You need to make a clean break from this relationship if you want to heal. And the reality is, usually the narcissist family is just as disturbed as he or she is. They are not your friend. Likewise, anyone close to the narcissist is potentially dangerous, and any contact or communication leaves you vulnerable for more abuse. It's just not ever a good idea to remain friendly with anyone associated with the narcissist. Number 5, actively fight off waves of cognitive dissonance. There will likely be moments when you will relapse into believing that the narcissist is actually a good person, that you two can be happy together. You need to continually remind yourself that this relationship is abusive. And if you go back, this relationship will destroy you. Many times a victim in a trauma-bonded relationship will experience abuse amnesia and will be inclined to romanticize all of the good times that you had with the narcissist. So it's critical that you stay grounded in the reality that you know is true, which is there is no hope. If you go back, things will only progressively get worse. Number 6, only associate with people that are supportive, understanding, and empathetic to what you have gone through and what you are going to go through. This is so important because if you confide in someone and they say, just get over it, or why did you stay so long? It's harmful to your healing. Trauma bonded relationships to narcissists are not normal love relationships. And the breakup and healing process is not going to be the same as a normal love relationship. You have been treated with a lack of empathy the entire time you've been with the narcissist, as well as had your fill of being victim blamed and shamed. So anyone who isn't kind, supportive, and empathetic to what you have gone through needs to go. That's the very last thing that you need at this time in your life. And I am including any professional you might reach out to for help through this. If you hire a therapist and they don't seem to get it or understand the severity of what you have gone through, get rid of them. In my opinion, they are capable of doing far more damage and harm to you than good. Surround yourself with kind, caring, loving, supportive people who truly get it. This is so important. If they do not listen, validate, and support you, eliminate them during this time. Number 7, be intentional with your healing. Healing is a choice. Sometimes it's a daily or moment-by-moment choice, and it's not always enjoyable. Healing can have moments of stress and can be emotionally draining at times. Make time for your healing every day through education and personal development. This is a time of growth, and the more time and energy you put into your healing, the more rewards you will gain from it. Healing takes time, it takes commitment, and it takes effort, but it's so worth it when you make it to the other side. Number 8, take a break from dating. I cannot stress this one enough. If you try and jump into another relationship with someone else before you heal, you run the risk of transferring the trauma bond onto this new person, and you are at very high risk of attracting another narcissist. Take this time to focus on yourself. Examine the reasons that this happened so that you understand and so that this never happens again. Learn how to be your own best friend. Learn how to love, validate, and support yourself so that you never look towards another person to do those things for you. This is critical. And once you learn to give those things to yourself, is the moment that the cycle breaks for good. But again, your focus must be on your healing, not on another relationship. Number 9, learn to make yourself your number one priority. So many times when we get out of long-term relationships with a narcissist, we have sacrificed so much that we don't know how to treat ourselves or make ourselves a priority. So we have to teach this to ourselves. How do we do that? Usually we're going to be the last person we gave any consideration to. So this is a time when you wake up and the first thing in the morning you ask yourself is, how can I make myself happy today? What can I do for myself today that is loving and kind? How can I contribute to my healing in this moment? Those are the questions that you need to be asking yourself. First and foremost, every single day during your healing and after. Never again should you not make yourself and your happiness one of your top priorities in life. Number 10, practice gratitude. Sometimes when we get out of these relationships, we can be quite angry and hurt and even bitter, and rightfully so. Let's face it, these relationships are abusive and they're very traumatizing. And we certainly need to validate all that we have gone through. And that's going to take time. However, we don't want to get stuck in the trauma of what happened. This was a mistake that I made, unfortunately. Trauma can cause ruminating thought patterns. And what happens when you think certain thoughts over and over and over, it establishes and reinforces pathways in your brain, making these thoughts become a habitual way of thinking. And we certainly don't want to think about the trauma or live in it any longer than we have to. And one of the easiest ways to make sure that that doesn't happen is to practice gratitude. Whatever we focus on is what we will manifest in our lives. Whatever thoughts we have are what will multiply. So practicing gratitude when the time is right in your healing journey is really, really important. It's not always easy in the beginning, I can tell you. I know I literally lost everything I owned and loved during the court battles and smear campaigns. But with practice, eventually it will take root in your heart and mind. It will eventually gain momentum and will produce more and more things in your life that you have to be grateful for, which is always the goal. So, you have sacrificed enough of your time and energy on the narcissist, and making the mental shift onto gratitude again when the time is right will ensure that you don't waste one more moment of your life on your abuser. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Both are linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone.